I want to do, and some of them like it's really hard to answer because it's the house that I used to live to. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I also want to like have some nostalgia, something I don't know. And then just like so that I can remember where I used to live. Yes.
Okay, so of course, if someone would be asked with that question, okay, there might be or there may be some things that they want to replicate since they grew up in that home for like since birth, okay, and they want to feel at home every time, especially if they were like living in a new home. Okay, another question, very good.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your favorite feature of your current home? Or let's say
My
favorite
favorite
part.
feature is that
Uh-huh.
my favorite part is that it is really cool to do things um very good, and I like it. Yes.
Okay. So what is specific part of your home would you or do you like the most? For example, is it your living room, your room, the kitchen, the backyard, the front of the house? Which one? And why do you like it that much?
I think that's something that I like. Maybe my bedroom because it has everything I need.
Uh-huh.
From my the cool looking bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
I could do a lot of things. I could download games from my phone. Yes, I could also do other things. Really cool, a lot of things to do.
Okay, very well said, of course. Okay, someone like you who enjoys playing alone, who enjoys playing with your phone, of course, and who likes to do such thing on your own. Of course, your favorite part would be your own room. Okay, but some for those who are like food lovers, okay, they prefer or what they like the most is the kitchen part of their house. Okay, because they can eat anytime they want, they can cook whatever they want. Okay. So now, what about how do you want to feel living in your new home? How do you want to feel?
Oh, I wanna feel like really cool, like feel like I'm really great. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to feel good. I think you want to feel great, feel cool. What about feeling at home? Okay, meaning to say you are living right now with your parents. Would you like to have that same feeling when you go to your new house?
Oh, yes, I wanna feel like really, you know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, feel like really awesome to live in there because that is
Okay.
like my own place. I could do
Okay.
whatever I want.
Okay, that is really great. So I guess that in your house right now there are certain rules. Is there any?
Not exactly.
Okay, not exactly, but I think your grandparents, I mean, and your parents are always reminding you about certain things. So when you
Yes.
transfer to your new home, what particular reminder would you not want to include in your new home?
I got to stay tidy. I don't want to stay tidy. I
Uh-huh.
want to do whatever I want. I want to like I'm jumping on the ground like a monkey, just eating a
Mm.
banana with while eating while feeding while throwing an avocado into the other monkey. Yeah,
Okay, so that's it.
it's very
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
cool.
uh-huh. It is really cool to just simply focus on the things that you want to do. Okay. Okay. But okay, what is this reminder that you would love to, to still follow even if you are in your new home?
Oh, it is that I mustn't like, it's like a fog, right? And then it's like when often it smell metal. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would remember that I shouldn't put those into here. The
Uh-huh.
blood for this season. I really love
Okay.
that. Yeah. I've
Okay.
learned that from my previous mistake, the very dumb
Mm-hmm.
one.
Okay, which is very okay. Okay, because your experience is your best teacher. So if ever you would like be in that situation again when you like transfer to your new home, you could easily distinguish which one is right and which one is wrong. Okay. So now
Yeah.
another question is um okay, what are the benefits of setting in your mind that you want to build your dream house?
Mm, there's like a very high chance that I got to build it so that it wouldn't like fall down when I do something.
Uh-huh.
Whenever, like I move in your house out of paper only. I got to have other things or else the house would literally just be in ruins. Yeah.
Okay, of course. So those were like things, okay, that you were the benefits. Why? Okay. So now I want to know the reason why do you think it is important to at least have this a vision of the house that you want in the future?
What? What?
Okay, again, why do you think that having this vision of like your dream house is very important? Why is it important to dream? I mean, to set a goal that when I grow up, I want to build my own house. Why do you think it is important?
I think that it is important because if you are just like some ordinary like things like just
Mm-hmm.
not really cool, then it's just really bad to just I have nothing to do with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's it. Okay. And also it is important so we still have this courage to do better or to strive harder, so in the future, okay, our dream house would not be like a stagnant dream. When we say stagnant dream, it will not just simply live as a dream, okay, but you can actually have. Okay, you can actually see your own house. You can actually live on your own house. It is not just a dream, but a dream that turns into reality. Okay.
Yes, I
So,
agree.
okay, of course. So now, right now, I want to know, do you have this specific dream house in your mind?
Um, I think that not exactly. I think that the best one I got is just like
Okay.
copying it from Minecraft. Minecraft has a lot of good dream
Uh-huh.
house.
Okay, and it is a very early for me to ask you that, since you have like lots of years to like to go through, and I think that in upcoming years your preferences would change. But I'd like to know, how are you going to identify your neighborhood preferences? What kind of neighborhood do you prefer?
The one that is not annoying.
Okay, the one who is not annoying. Okay, why did you come up to the idea of you don't want a neighbor who's like annoying? Have you ever experienced to live in a place where in your neighborhood is very annoying?
I think that yes, of course, especially when I'm trying to sleep, they would
Uh-huh.
be a lot more annoying for some reason.
Oh, I see. Okay. So most of the time, okay, people would complain to noisy neighbors. Okay, to those neighbors who would throw their wastes on your backyard. Okay, so have you ever experienced that certain things or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet, and hopefully not. Okay, because those things
Yeah,
are really
exactly.
mind blowing. Okay, if you were a kid, even though you want to punch that neighbor because he or she is very annoying, you cannot. Okay, because there is still like a law, okay, that protects them. Anyways, what about identify your school district preference? What would your what do you want, what do you want your house to become? Like, is it near the school, away the school, or just in the middle distance at school?
I think that both of them could be fine. I think that living near a river is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any like incident that okay you were actually late because you were away from school, that you were actually too early because you were very near at school. So which one would you prefer, near or far?
To be honest, just have like this on pros and cons. Pros and cons. For example, if like I'm from like normally 7 a.m. or
Mm-hmm.
maybe 8 a.m. It's really late.
Uh-huh.
Normally there wouldn't be children just walking to school, and sometimes you could get incredibly like crowd, and I would not like to be like that,
Uh-huh.
especially when that is also the time for adults to also go to work and not just them.
Mm-hmm.
But let's and have I talk about the time where they go back from school? Yeah, that would also be worse. But
Okay. Okay,
you're
but
living close to that, meaning that there's a low chance of you missing schools. For example, if you wake up very late, there's still like um you know mm, by any chance if you're really unlucky, you may fall asleep, and then but if you're like lucky,
mm-hmm.
then you could also you know um in time of like so that you
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be late to school, you know.
Okay. Perfectly or perfect. Okay, so what I have this question in mind wherein I have to ask you, why do you think some or most of the people near the school are actually the people or the students who are actually late going to school? Though their house is very
It's kind
near,
of
they are the ones who are late at school. Why do you think? Or what do you think is the reason
I think
behind
that
it?
I think that mostly it's because of like they are really mm, I'm being really lazy, and
Mm-hmm.
and they are used to it, and they would not usually be like late, because like normally why would they have to get up early when they are literally just close to school.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I ask you that question because that is what really happens. Okay, especially when you conduct a survey, it states that okay, though it's near, okay, because they have this mindset that okay, it's better to stay relaxed because the school is very near. They have this thinking of okay, they can simply spend more time playing games, they can spend more time eating, they can spend they can be late because it is like what meters away from the school, so they are very contented in such a way that they are always late. Okay, it becomes their habit. Okay, so have you ever been late at school, and how are you going to describe
Kind of
your
like
distance or your house distance from your school?
I would say that it is not exactly like far. It's
Mm-hmm.
really really like close. So it's kind of good to have that.
Okay, so I think that you were not really late at school, okay? Because as I've seen, every time that we are having a class, you are too early. Okay, so okay, that is really good. Okay, now let's move on with another question. Should your home be near the public transportation? Would you like your home near the public transportation or near the road, near the city? Or would you like it to be like a bit isolated from, transportation?
Have like if I'm like the one person who often wake up late and having to go like very far to just to my job,
Uh-huh.
I think that yes, having it close to where it is a lot better.
Okay, it is a lot better. I agree. But why do you think? Okay, especially the old ones, the adults, okay, older than me, of course, likes to, to be in a place wherein it is silent and away from the main road. Why do you think so?
Okay.
Uh-huh. Why do you think the older ones or the adults prefer to live away from the road, away from the transportation, away from the place wherein they can hear the cars moving? Why do you think?
Mm, I think that it's because I like it or something.
Uh-huh. Okay, they like it. And at the same time, okay, this is just the trivia. Okay, most of the adults, especially the old ones, our grandparents and our grandparents wants it because they hate the noise. Okay, they cannot go to sleep if it is noisy. Okay, it's like one tap at the door. Okay, they were like awake, and it is really hard for them to sleep. Okay, their mind is actually tired of thinking about the noise. Their mind wants to focus on how they can simply relax. Okay, that's why.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, but those who don't have any choice, of course, okay, whether you will ask them or not, okay, wherever their house is located, that would be their answer. Okay, so. Mm-hmm. Okay, no, not the number, but another question. Do you want your home to be close by to an airport?
What? I guess if I'm the one who I have to travel to different countries
Uh-huh.
for my work, then I guess that is yes, a
Oh,
big yes.
okay, depending of course on your need or on your need to travel. Okay, if you need to
Yes.
work abroad, okay, I have to go to Australia. I have to do some research about the spiders. Okay, for example, that's your work. Of
Uh,
course, you want to
yeah.
live near the airport. Okay.
Yes, kind of scary.
Okay. So what about what nearby shopping is important to you? What kind of shopping mall would you like to be near your dream house or near your place? Is it
I
about
guess kind of
furniture, dresses? What?
I think that furniture isn't exactly something I want because, really once that I gotten everything I need, I don't
Mm-hmm.
exactly need it anymore. So not exactly. I
Okay.
think maybe something like whenever you are kind of like a very big mall, just like for everything. I would like to have that because I don't have to like go to every individual store
Mm-hmm.
just to get something I want.
Okay. So
I'm
of
gonna make
course, okay, very good. Of
I'm just
course.
gonna make a little bomb
Uh,
to
okay, okay,
process
okay.
them.
And now there's lots of it on the board. And I think later on you will left the classroom because we lagged. Okay. So, okay, let's continue. So, should your home, do you want a home with great views?
I guess kind of like yes. Because everyone love to like see their loved ones just coming,
Uh-huh.
and yes, that would be something great.
Okay, it is something great to have like a house with a beautiful view for you to be able to relax. Okay, you can live peacefully. Okay, you can at least feel that your mind could be at peace because you were like seeing beautiful views despite the fact that you are having a stressful or depressing day. Am I right?
Wow, look, this is just looking like my life, really
Yes,
happy.
and it feels like we are inside a pumpkin. Mm-hmm. It feels like Halloween vibe
Oh,
to me. Okay, so
time to
another
break open the
question.
pumpkin.
Okay, build a
I'm gonna
pumpkin
follow
on our
Gremlin and
board.
we own by one, okay?
Uh-huh. Okay, go on. But okay, also answer this one. Okay, it looks like a seed of a pumpkin though. Anyways, so are you in need of a single family home, a condo, or a townhouse? Which one do you prefer?
What? What?
Okay, what do you prefer? A normal house like the house that you're having right now, or would you like a condo, or maybe a townhouse? What do you want?
Some I think that I don't know, maybe one that only for me
Mm-hmm.
only. I don't want to have people very close to me because who knows,
Okay.
maybe they are the one may go with a dog who just keep I don't know, making the dog go all over the place. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I don't want like that.
Okay. So better if it is like your own space. Okay. Anything but we have to keep in our mind that it should be our own space. Okay. There might be or there may be a space for visitors, but um most of the space of course should be your own space. Okay. So since we are talking about your dream house, what's the maximum property age of the home you'd want to live in? Or let me just simply ask you, um, on what age would you like to live alone?
Oh, just that would be a hard question
Uh huh.
because when you are like really, really young, no one have a house yet
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna have to like, oh no, I did something wrong.
Yes.
No,
Okay, because there are times, okay, especially the teenagers, right? Nowadays, let's just say they want to live out of their house and spend their own, or maybe like be on their own house because of, for example, a family problem, financial issues, or maybe they just want to
yes,
relax or feel free from your mother or your father's scolding session. Okay, they
yes,
simply
oh,
want.
also, and then the one, they start to touch the temperature room. Yes,
uh,
they don't want them to touch it, or else they would say, "Who wanna pay the bill this month?" I'm not gonna pay it if you are just keeping doing that.
mhm.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, I agree. Okay, that is top let's just say one of the top most reasons of teenagers nowadays. Okay. Mm-hmm. So now that I've asked you that one, how about let's say for instance that your parents gave you a house present. Okay, they are the ones who bought you your own house. Okay, so
It's time to marry and gambling.
uh, so a question is, how willing are you to renovate that house? For example, you don't like the interior design. So how willing are you? And what kind of renovation are you going to like to do? Is it like the expensive way or the practical way? Only the basic ones will be
I think that
renovated.
if my child will like it, then how I like the other gonna like it as well. Yeah. So maybe the willing of me just trying to sell it out, renting it
Mm-hmm.
isn't exactly the highest. But I
Okay.
guess I can try because some people like it.
Okay, of course you would ask opinions from others, especially those who knows about interior designs. And if it is not okay, of course you would like to renovate it. Okay, so what architectural style do you prefer? Because we've seen lots of buildings these days, and some were like a modern. Okay, when we say
Look just like this.
someone, I mean something, huh? What is it?
I want it to look like this.
Oh, like that?
To the plain below. Oh
Uh,
yes. Something very just kidding. I want it to be kind of like I don't want it to be eco-friendly. So
okay.
that this sound good. You know. I
Okay.
want it to be something like a bit of like not too old but not too like just just right intact. It's not exactly old, but just
Uh-huh.
not exactly like to the newest trends.
Okay. Okay, so basically you were
Mm.
saying that you want a modern traditional house. Okay, it could be like less but not more. Okay. So it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
okay, it's like a middle type of a home or a house. Okay. I thought you would like to be it like that plain. Okay. Because have you ever heard
No,
of
why would you think like that?
okay, have you ever heard of a house? I don't know. I forgot the country, but the house is what? I think it's like a meter 1 meter width and no. It's like this. The
Oh yeah,
space is
remember.
just like this. The space is just only like this, but it's very long and that's
I
a
remember.
house. Okay, what can
Yeah, I
you say?
remember the house.
Mm-hmm. What do you
That is
think?
an interesting one, and I
Mm-hmm.
like to buy it with zero with this very thin
Uh-huh.
looking $1 bill, just like your house.
Okay.
I
Of
think that
course.
one is just like I don't know,
Uh-huh.
really mm, um, questionable design.
It is a
Like yes, you
questionable.
can have that. Yeah, that is fine unless like I know that some people like trying to be a jerk and then just make everyone block it and then just block everyone view. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that isn't exactly something I would do.
Okay. That kind of design is actually eye-catching, or maybe the ones who created it focuses on only the space that he actually has, or maybe he wants to be famous one day. Because people would discover how unique his house is. So okay. Um considering the
If
reasons,
I was
okay.
study that,
Uh-huh.
look, teacher, I'm mowing the lawn. Look how tight it have grown. This is so much time. Look,
It
it's so too
is.
many pumpkin.
It is. Yes, it looks like a pumpkin wall. Okay, and I don't like the
Yes,
color of a
pumpkin
pumpkin.
grass.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like to touch grass. That is very gross.
It is. Okay. So let's move on. Okay. So, may I know what is the minimum number of bedrooms and as well as the bathroom? Because lots of people these days would like to have 3 rooms with one bathroom each. What about you?
I think that every floor of my house got to have at
Mm-hmm.
least a bathroom. Or else, what if you are on like the highest floor and then you wanting to go, have a cold of nature.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And what if
Okay.
you want to go like, immediately? You don't have time. You don't have thing to. Yeah. Then I would say that yes, everything everywhere just kind of like let's do like that is better.
Okay. But how many bedrooms would you like to have?
Oh, I
Is
think
it
that it depends. I would want a room kind of like I want it so that I can choose when I want to change, yeah, that would be
Mm-hmm.
a lot better.
Okay, so another question is, does the home or does your home need to include a formal dining room and a formal living room?
I think that yes, I need both of them.
Okay, so everyone needs a formal living and a dining room. Okay, because we have like unexpected visitors, right? Okay, our parents might
Yeah.
visit us anytime. Okay, and they would scold us. Okay, of course, if they would say like, "Oh, it is such a mess." Okay, you have a little living room. How are we going to accept visitors? You have a very tiny kitchen. How are you going to cook? How are you going to wash? How are we going to eat? Okay, those criticisms are hard. Okay, that's why we have to
Yeah,
consider
but
including our living and dining room. Okay. So if you have your outdoor space, the question is what will you use your outdoor space for?
outdoor space, that is like
Mm-hmm.
something really hard.
For example, you have a very big blank space in front of your house. How are you going to use it?
Oh, I know. I'm gonna use it as a place from, like somewhere to I could do whatever I want inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
literally, mm,
Okay.
like I could just, uh, just kind of like just go there and then just do whatever I want. I could just, uh, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally anything that comes out or that springs in your mind would be okay because it is your space. Okay, in the first place.
Yes, like an
Okay.
outdoor toilet.
Oh, okay. That could be if you want that one. Okay. So, for example, in Vietnam, okay, it's like a country that does not even like that one a winter. Okay, do you have like a winter season? Mm-hmm. Welcome back. Okay, so the
Yes,
question again is, do you have like a winter season in Vietnam, wherein there are like lots of
yeah.
snows? Mm-hmm. Okay, if that's the
Yes, I
case,
do.
would you like your
Oh no,
home?
oh wait. We do.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Welcome back again. Okay.
Oof.
Okay, can we
Yep,
continue
that
now?
was not something.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the internet was so bad,
It's
and I don't
okay.
exactly like it.
That is like my internet yesterday. Okay, so you don't have to worry. Anyways, okay, as I was saying, since Vietnam is experiencing winter, would you like your place to have like a fireplace? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Can you?
definitely okay this time.
Okay, okay, okay. Good thing.
Maybe I should
So,
turn off my camera.
okay,
Maybe I
so,
can try to turn off my camera. Maybe
mm-hmm.
that will help.
Okay. Do whatever you want. Okay. Just simply answer the
Okay, let's just
questions that I will
continue.
throw. Okay, let's continue. Again, since Vietnam is experiencing winter, okay, would you like to have like a fireplace in your dream house? Would you like to have a fireplace?
Normally, I would say that not exactly because normally,
Mm-hmm.
uh, um, in Vietnam, they isn't exactly like that cold. It's like very warm. It's not, no, not exactly warm. It's just kind of warm. It's not like the really cold. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just not
Okay.
too cold, not too
Okay.
terrible.
Okay. So meaning to say your weather can be handled so well. Okay. So now I wanna know, because I think you do want to have your own car someday. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, if you want that, my question is, would you consider building a large space for your garage?
What?
Okay, there would be a car garage. Okay? If if for example you will be having lots of cars. Okay, so meaning to say, are you going also to build a huge car garage? Meaning to say wherein you can
I think
park
that's
your
fine.
car. Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely yes.
Okay, so would you like your garage to be bigger than your house, or your house is bigger than your garage?
Bigger than my garage, of course.
Okay, so if ever that happens, okay, for example, you have your own house, you have your garage, you have also your car. How many cars would you like to include in your dream house?
I would say that 2,763.
So you will be actually living half of the land area of Vietnam, I think, because you want like tons of
Yeah,
cars. Okay, that is
yeah,
very
yep,
brilliant. Uh-huh. Okay, so
yes.
okay. Since we are
Mm.
like formulating what kind of dream house would you that you like to have in the future, of course, I want to know, are you this type of person who would like to include a swimming pool in front or on or at the backyard of your house?
I think that yes, of course, because like, you know, you know me, I want to have, somewhere to swim and not just something like not swimming. Swimming is great. Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Okay, swimming is great, of course. So better if we have our own pool at home. Okay, not just a bathtub. Okay, because bathtub could either be very small, okay, and very uncomfortable sometimes. Okay, so, now that we are visualizing everything about your dream house, and to continue our discussion, can we go to the other room and let's continue with selective questions? Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.